Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gumansing, and our top story, in conjunction with the many activities taking place this week in observance of Police Week in the Territory, active and retired members of the VIPD engaged in conversations about their service and the community at the Patrick Sweeney Police Headquarters. Stephanie Brown reports.
The Virgin Islands Police Department is engaging in a number of community-related events, which included last night's meet and greet with retirees from the department. Naomi Joseph explained the importance of including the department's retirees into the week of activities.
So I think relatively everything kind of work together, just so we can have a moment to reflect on what it is we do and what they did, and so that our day tomorrow can be better, so we can better serve the community.
Chief Winsbert McFarlane has 26 years of service with the department and has seen firsthand how the department has evolved.
We're now in 21st century police, and we are governed by a lot of other different prospects in reference to guarding the people's civil rights and everything else that's going on. And it's all for the better.
In the past, the VIPD provided a unique program that instilled core values such as service to the community, and that attracted prospective officers. The commissioner informed that the department will relaunch an all-recruit program.
They're going to be known as junior police cadets, and they're going to study police science administration in school. Upon graduating from school, they will be accepted into UVI, and there's going to be sort of like a scholarship program similar to what we went in on, and then they'll be identified as senior police cadet. And the idea is for us to provide them with a stipend while they work with us so that we don't lose them. Upon graduation, then the cadets will be assigned to the Virgin Islands Police Department.
Stephen Brown was a previous participant of the Junior Cadet Program, and he served with the commissioner, and he also shared his experiences.
I graduated from high school. They took us out of the Police Cadet Program, and they made us police officers. I was fortunate enough, along with Commissioner Richards, to get transferred into the Detective Bureau, and I remained there for almost 40 years.
For News 2, I'm Stephanie Shalana Brown.
Well, at the retiree social held last night, many police commissioners, chiefs, detectives, and sergeants spoke about a number of concerns that included further community engagement initiatives. Well, over here in St. Thomas, the Mariel Newton Command, they held a show and tell expo in St. Thomas at the Alvin McBean Ballpark. Students, along with senior citizens, attended. Health screenings were conducted by the Department of Human Services. The show and tell included the VIPD's K-9 unit, forensic unit, the bomb unit, highway safety, and VI fire service were all involved. Here's more.
Of a health fair for the seniors and a show and tell for the students. We had the bomb unit out here, we had K-9, we had forensic, we had highway safety with Buckle Bear.
We had demonstration from the police K-9 unit, which the kids them understand exactly what the function of our K-9 units are, and they also learn about fire safety, what to do in case they engage or come across a fire, and if a fire happened in the home, they know exactly what to do.
I liked when the K-9 dogs were like searching the bags for the drugs and the alcoholic stuff, and the dog was able to find it and sit down next to it to alert the police to say this is the bag that has the drugs.
Tomorrow our event will be in St. John at Jurgen's Command, and again it will be a show and tell for the students. And I will also like to thank Alpine Securities. I would like to thank Bywave. I would like to thank the Sports and Rec Center of having us here, the Department of Health, who really helped come through in order to do the screening for the seniors.
Congratulations to all our police celebrating this week. We'll turn to some crime reports. Police say in Smith Bay area today shots were fired and officers discovered a lifeless body of a man in the truck. Here is Glenn Drade. He joins us with more. Glenn?
Well, thank you, Sandy. Well, approximately 1:13 this afternoon, the 911 emergency call center received a call in reference to shots being fired in the Smith Bay area. Now, that's the vicinity of the former Domino's gas station. Upon officers' arrival, they discovered a lifeless male individual in a pickup truck with multiple shots to the body. Emergency medical technicians arrived on the scene and pronounced 35-year-old Alex Calwood dead. Next of kin has been notified. Mr. Collarwood is from the Bavoni area. This incident is still active, very active by the Major Crime Unit. Anyone with information, you can call 340-774-2211. You can call the anonymous tip line Crime Stoppers VI at 1-800-222-TIPS or 911.
Police also say on Monday, May 15th at approximately 4:56 p.m., the 911 emergency call center received a phone call in regards to a gunshot victim in the Friedenhoy Gold Hill area. The male was later transported via ambulance to the Roy Lesher Schneider Regional Medical Center, ER. Police spoke with the victim, 23-year-old male in the ER, who stated that as he was pulled on the side of the road at the top of Rappoon Hill, talking on his cell phone, he then stated that an unknown male walked past him and fired 2 shots towards him for no reason. The victim further stated that he was not thinking clearly and drove himself to a friend's house in Friedenhoy, where the ambulance then picked him up. The victim sustained a single gunshot wound to his rear left upper arm and was treated by the ER doctor for his injury and released. This case is presently under investigation by the Criminal Investigation Bureau. You can call any of the numbers there if you have any information that can assist police officers in their investigation. Well, as we reported, more than 1,000 military personnel and first responders are in the territory participating in the Vigilant Guard 2017, a full-scale disaster simulation exercise coordinated by the U.S. Northern Command. And as we reported on Monday, students from CAHS, Eudora-Ken, and Seventh-day Adventists volunteered to be disaster assistants, and they did a great job in the different disaster scenarios. Governor Kenneth Mapp said overall the exercise allows us to identify our strengths and weaknesses and our gaps in emergency response operations. The exercise simulates a full-scale response to the effects of a tsunami, which will have been generated by a sizable earthquake, causing major damage on St. Thomas and moderate damage on St. Croix. Participants in the disaster simulation include National Guard and other military components, FEMA personnel, and local first responders, and as you can see some of the students there. Declaring a state of emergency and requesting a presidential disaster declaration are among the governor's initial responsibilities. Distribution of emergency supplies are among the drills planned. Well, some participated in the drive-through of the pods today. One was held at the Reinhold Jackson Complex at Estate Wim St. Croix. Now the next one will be held on Wednesday at the north section of Four Winds Plaza on St. Thomas. Those who drive through the pods, they receive an eco bag filled with disaster preparedness information, water, and snacks. Committee on Finance will be meeting on Thursday, June 1st at 10 a.m. at the Fritz Lewetz Conference Room in St. Croix to receive testimony and consider some bills relating to business license fees and exempting small business concerns from payment of the fee for the initial license and from initial gross receipt taxes. Also, an act repealing the Title 22 of Virgin Islands Code, Section 1251, and adding a chapter entitled the Virgin Islands Insurance Holding Company System Regulatory Act to meet the accreditation standards established by the National Association of Insurance Commissioners, and also to update the insurance laws of the territory, placing them on par with other United States jurisdictions and providing greater and more effective protection to the policyholders. Plus, discussed will be an act to create Alternative Education Employment Fund and an act making an appropriation from the Anti-Litter and Beautification Fund to the Virgin Islands Waste Management Authority for the purchase of surveillance cameras. Well, in a letter sent Monday to Senate President Myron Jackson, Governor Kenneth Mapp responded to concerns raised on the Senate floor and later reported in the media that the bills sent to the legislature cannot be acted on as a result of errors and contradictions. Governor Mapp expressed concerns that the proposed bills prepared by Government House for the May 10th, 2017 special session of the 32nd legislature were not the same bills that were considered by the body. Government House Chief Legal Counsel Emil Henderson compared the bills that Governor Mapp transmitted to the legislature against the bills that were introduced on the Senate floor on May 10. Governor Mapp says, to my chagrin, the proposed bills prepared by Government House and submitted were not the bills before the legislature. He said what is even more troubling is that the bills the legislature numbered, authored as request of the governor, and subsequently voted to send to committees were not the proposals he said I sent to each member of the legislature. A review by the legal counsel and his staff found that the bills introduced at the special session contained errors, technical and substantive, and some contained considerable contradictions to what was sent to the legislature for consideration. Further review found that these errors and omissions occurred in the office of the legislature's legal counsel. Governor said the bills I submitted in the special call and the bills that introduced were significantly different bills, and he said the question now is, are the bills which have been sent to the legislative committees legally there? These bills or proposals, he said, are not my bills, and the bills voted on by the Senate on May 10th are substantively different from the proposals transmitted. He's encouraging the Senate President to launch a review at the Senate, compare the drafts submitted by Government House to him and member of the Senate and to what was considered on the Senate floor and ultimately acted upon. Count on to keep you updated. Well, the defiant President Trump insists he did nothing wrong when he shared sensitive information with Russia. But Republicans and Democrats are voicing frustration, irritation, and distrust with the White House, with Republican Senator Mitch McConnell saying the GOP could, quote, do with a little less drama from the White House. Mary Maloney explains.
As President Trump met with his Turkish counterpart at the White House, another meeting and another country dominated the conversation.
We had a very, very successful meeting with the foreign minister of Russia. Our fight is against ISIS.
Sources say the president shared classified information about ISIS with the Russian foreign minister.
It's wholly appropriate for the president to share whatever information he thinks is necessary to advance the security of the American people. That's what he did.
Critics fear the president went too far.
This is a president who was trying to show off how much he knew
and could have potentially compromised sensitive information from other countries.
Some of our allies are already rethinking whether or not they should share information or rethinking what kind of information they should share with the United States.
The president in no way compromised any sources or methods in the course of this conversation.
The White House says President Trump did not even know the source of the information he shared, but insists the goal of the conversation is to help, not hurt Americans.
We're going to have a lot of great success over the next coming years, and we want to get as many to help fight terrorism as possible.
I have to hope that someone will counsel the president about just what it means to protect closely held information and why this is so dangerous ultimately to our national security.
I'm Mary Maloney reporting.
Keeping our eye on the economy, well, thousands of workers at Ford Motor Company will reportedly be out of a job. According to the Wall Street Journal, Ford is making plans to cut about 20,000 jobs in its global staff. The paper says that most of the jobs will be salary workers who do not have union protection. That means more than the 57,000 U.S. hourly staff who work on assembly lines could be saved, but there's no guarantee. The company announced last month it is looking to reduce costs by $3 billion. Ford would not confirm or deny the report Monday, only saying that reducing costs and becoming as lean and efficient as possible is one of its key priorities. Let's take a look at the stock market watch for the New York Stock Exchange. The Dow down, 2, NASDAQ up, S&P 500 down. Coming up on News 2, we have much more straight ahead. We continue our teacher recognition. That's coming up next. We'll turn into some Caribbean news. We look to Dominica. New owners, Flow Dominica, they pledged to make major changes in technology in the telecommunications market for cable and wireless customers. Here's more.
An aggressive investment plan in the pipeline for Marpin 2K4 as its new owner pledges to make some major changes in technology. General Manager of Flow Dominica, Jeffrey Baptiste, says that the purchase of MAPIN will allow cable and wireless communications to do something special in the telecommunications market. Flow is run by Cable and Wireless Communications, MAPIN's new owner.
Like in anything, once you have change, there will be some anxiety, there will be some level of disruption, and I say to people, the sooner we embrace the disruption, the better. I think I can say that we have invested into MAPIN to create new value for that company. We have invested in MAPIN to create new value for customers in Dominica and by and large to create a better place for our community and our country. Within the MAPIN staff population, you possess, or we possess, the highest level of technical competence within the cable TV space in Dominica, and that I think no one will argue. Understanding the people that you have within the MAPIN staff population, and you leverage that and support that now with the technical expertise that we bring on our side of the business, Cable and Wireless Flow.
The vision is to use MAPIN's current assets and infrastructure to create something better.
When I speak to that, we are speaking about reshaping your technology, your network infrastructure will be enhanced. As I said to your staff, to our staff actually, and I've said it very openly, the idea is we're not buying or we did not invest in the company to keep it as is. If that was the intent, there'd be absolutely no need to go through that 2-year period where we negotiated and we're now at this place we're at now. We do have an integration plan. I'm not going to speak specifically now to the timelines that we have imposed on our internal plans, but I can tell you though, while we've been looking at the business and we've been in negotiation with the DSS, in parallel we've been putting together an integration plan to ensure that from day one we will make some change.
Turn our attention back at home. Here's an update. Electric feeders on St. Thomas and St. Croix were experiencing some service interruptions on Monday. Some 12,500 customers were affected after generating Unit 18 tripped offline. And while the spokesperson said everything was up and running and back to normal service as of today, and that is an update. Well, the street security camera fundraiser effort is going well. A raffle was held in support on Sunday. The prize, a hotel stay, $500 worth of jewelry, free gas, and more. Gasworks, Kappa Community and the Police Association, Red Hook Alliance, Flamboyant on the Bay, Senator Marvin Blyden, House of Raja, they all teamed together for this effort. Lima Grocery also donated $1,000 for the effort. Lots of happy winners and supporters of the cause to acquire those street security cameras to help deter crime. We continue to recognize some of our top teachers in the territory. Here's another clip from the Department of Education that celebrated National Teacher Appreciation Week from May 8 to 12. Here's more.
I love to teach. I started with the Department of Education 20 years ago at Ola F. Muller School as an elementary education teacher. I taught 1st and 3rd grade. I was also the reading intervention teacher and the reading specialist. Presently, I am the reading intervention specialist. I love my profession. I love children. Each child is different. I consider my students my children. I consider my classroom my home. I teach using a variety of methods. I use daily affirmation to help the students exercise self-control, have pride in their self-esteem, and self-concept.
I believe that, every child is born an artist, and every child is born with a level of curiosity and creativity, and honestly I believe school gets creativity out instead of nurtures it and keeps it in. It's very much about relationships, building trust in them, getting them up, getting them out of their seats, not just doing chalk and talk, but getting them to do the things that they would enjoy and bringing the best out of them.
Again, big congrats to our teachers. Well, VIA, formerly Innovative and Choice Wireless, the largest telecommunications provider in the USVI, is proud to present VIA scholarships for graduating high school seniors in the territory. Chief Executive Officer Alvaro Pilar said VIA is committed to investing in the community's future by supporting students who are studying telecommunications, engineering, and other disciplines that will bolster technological advancements in the VI and the region. VIA scholarships will be awarded to 2 Virgin Islands high school seniors, one in each district, who have already been accepted to a college or university to pursue a degree in one of the following areas: science, technology, engineering, mathematics, business administration, accounting, or related fields. Now, the winning student in each district is awarded a one-time $10,000 scholarship to be used for tuition only. Applications are available at the security desk at the VIA Customer Experience Centers in Estate Diamond and St. Croix, Tutu Park on St. Thomas, and the Marketplace on St. John. Applications are also available from guidance counselors at all Virgin Islands high schools. Further, students can obtain applications by downloading the requisite forms from VIA's website, which is right there. And of course, the postmark by Wednesday, May 31st. That's the deadline. Well, turning to some of our athletes, our swimmers, the St. Thomas Swimming Association, they held their annual mixed event swim meet last weekend at the Aquatic Center in Estate Nazareth. 3 St. Thomas Stingrays set new Virgin Islands Swimming Federation records. Veronica Leinenbach set a new 100-meter butterfly record of 1:29.20, bettering the record set by Nicole Hutchins in 1999. Audrey Moore set a new 50-meter freestyle record, 28.76, which eclipsed the record set by Sasha Klein in 2012. Kai Odlum's 100 butterfly record of 101.73 broke the record set by Morgan Locke in 2001. Now, in other swimming news, the association will host the 2nd annual Youth Sports Festival. That's on Saturday, May 28th at the St. Thomas Aquatic Center. Be sure to mark that on your calendar. A competitive swim meet will begin at 11 a.m. The public is welcome to attend. It's a free event. Swimmers invited to compete against the St. Thomas Stingrays during the May 20th meet are members from the St. Croix Dolphins swim team, as well as swimmers from St. John and the BVI. You can call STS State for more information, the Swimming Association, at 779-7872. While the Danish choir, they made their mark here in the territory and recently wrapped up a whole month of performances. They have left audiences in awe around the world. The acclaimed Copenhagen Royal Chapter Choir, under the patronage of His Royal Highness Prince Henrik of Denmark, featured 42 boys and men. The concert series was titled A Choral Salute to the USVI Centennial. A highlight of the series was the world premiere of a specially written piece for accompaniment by an acoustic steel pan that was played by local panist Francis Callwood. The series included Christiansted Government House performance, followed by a performance at the St. Patrick's Church in Frederiksted. The tour culminated in St. Thomas at Reichel Center. The group then headed to Montessori School, where they did a workshop for the school. They also held a workshop at Montessori School in St. Thomas and participated in masses in Lutheran Church in Christiansted and the Frederick Lutheran Church in St. Thomas. Here's more. And we'd like to say thanks to Steve Bourne. It was so nice having them in the territory. Now that is all for this edition of News 2. We leave you with some more music, some talented youngsters having some fun with the VIPD on St. Thomas in recognition of Police Week at the Alvin McBean Ballpark today. I'm Sandra Gumansing on behalf of all of us here. Have a wonderful evening.